Two teams face off against each other, yet one left victorious and one is defeated, both facing each other for $5 million in the League of Legends World Championship in South Korea. Only 83 minutes of game time total throughout 3 games in a 3-0 loss out of 5. Everyone's shocked and there's a lot of confusion going on because they don't know what happened, why it was so short, and what happened exactly in the gameplay. League of Legends is the most popular esport up to date with over 100 million viewers that are active within the game. In 2016, League of Legends topped the NBA Finals with viewership in the world. They had nearly 60 million viewers. And League of Legends has either been known by every video game player out there, has some experience with the video game themselves, or they know someone who has played it. My name's Christian Hagler, and I've been playing League of Legends since 2012, as well as been an avid fan of League of Legends since 2012. I would like to explain how League of Legends works, how the pro scene works, the constant changes of the game, and how that makes it difficult for teams to find the best game-winning strategy. I would like to begin by introducing League of Legends and explaining what it is. League of Legends is a world-renowned multiplayer online battle arena video game. It consists of a map with 2 sides, red and blue side. Each base has 3 lanes connecting the 2. Each lane has turrets that protect it. You cannot get further back in the turrets without destroying the one in front of it. In these lanes there are also minions that fight each other from each side that are worth gold. The jungle that is located in between these lanes has objectives that are neutral to either team that provide gold for the killing team. All these objectives are on timers. Some of them also give buffs located here and here to either team that kills it. These buff rewards attribute to either team that kills them and boosts their health and their other stats. On either base there is a nexus located in the very center at the back, and that nexus must be destroyed in order for the game to be won. Now, the top, each team has 5 players with unique roles. The top lane here that is dominated by tanks and bruiser champions. It is an isolated lane, and most players have a teleport spell to use to get around the map in order to make big plays. The mid lane here tends to have carry champions used that are heavy on damage and playmaking abilities. According to Max Watson in Insights of Gameplay in League of Legends, mid laners are heavily relied on to be the consistent players of the team. This jungle area also has a teammate that is dedicated to killing the neutral objectives and collecting that golden experience. They also help fight over and secure these neutral objectives here. Inside of that jungle is that the dragon buff and the baron buff. The dragons buff your ability power, health, movement speed, or regeneration stats. The baron buff boosts your minions as well as those other stats to help you push further and to win the game. The Rift Herald is another buff that's located in the same place as the Baron. It spawns before the Baron at 20 minutes, and it is killed in order to help push a lane and secure turret gold. The bottom lane consists of 2 champions, the attack damage carry, or ADC, and the support player. The attack damage carry is a marksman typically that has very heavy damage stats, as well as can be killed very easily. The support player is a playmaking champion that helps the attack damage carry in making plays, protecting them, as well as making plays with the rest of the team. There are many types of champions. Mages, who are fought in the middle lane, typically, sometimes in the bottom lane. Fighters, who are typically seen in the jungle or the top lane. Marksmen, who are typically taking the attack damage carry role. Slayers or assassins used in the mid lane. Tanks, who are typically in the top or bottom lane, and then controllers or healers that are typically the support players in the bottom lane. Each champion uses specific unique abilities. 3 different abilities that are short cooldown abilities one ultimate ability that has a longer cooldown and a passive ability that typically doesn't have a cooldown. There are also 2 summoner spells that a champion can use. The player using the champion gets to pick from this 11 set of summoner spells and can use any combination of the 11 per game. Now there are over 137 champions in League of Legends. Each champion has base stats with health, damage, defenses, as well as some sort of energy source, which is mana, energy, or it can be their health as the energy source. Champions gain experience by killing enemies, enemy champions, minions, and securing neutral objectives. This experience they use, as well as gold they collect from those objectives, to level up and buy items, which items are used to help boost their attributes and base stats. Now, with that breakdown of the game in mind, let's dive into the professional scene. According to Alex Gibson in League of Legends, in the top 14 popular esports in the world, League of Legends has a professional scene in every major region of the world and has over 100 million active users, as mentioned earlier. Now, the pro scene is broken into 2 different splits, the spring split and the summer split. After those, the top teams from each split compete to be finalists in the World Finals, where they compete with every other region in order to be the grand champion of the world. Each region sends its best in order to compete for the $1 million worth of prizes. The pro scene is always changing. Now, the pro scene is kind of easy to understand with that short explanation, but why it is hard to be the best all the time is coming up next. Riot Games is the creator of League of Legends, and they are constantly updating the game. Balance is a constant problem within League of Legends, and it must be kept in order to keep players happy. Strategies with the game updates are always changing as well because the game's always updating. Balance is a problem, and the most effective tactic available, or the meta, is how the game is defined. Teams and players are always looking for different strategies and methods. Riot Games has a balance team dedicated to keeping these updates happening. Sometimes they happen monthly or even bi-monthly. So, many players make these changes necessary to be happy. According to Markal Merikontalops in Player-Centric Networks in League of Legends, no update would cause player dissatisfaction in the League of Legends community. Basically, it has to be changing in order to keep people interested. 137 champions is a lot to have memorized and to have knowledge of. So, teams have to keep their knowledge base up to date, otherwise they're going to fall behind the curve. There's over 685 different abilities within the game between those 137 champions, and having knowledge of that, as well as having knowledge of how they interact with each other, is very vital. Innovation and courage is vital to a team's success. Players are always innovating to stay ahead of the curve, and player and team dedication is a must in order to stay winners of this game. They must practice for several hours a day, every single day, if they want to be the best. Understanding the game and how it ties into the pro scene is important for understanding how difficult it can be for teams to have the best strategy possible at any given time. League of Legends is an innovative game that is difficult to understand fully and even harder to play expertly. Pro League of Legends squads practice for several hours every day to be the best and to find the best effective strategies. Having the best understanding of the game is what will win games, as well as execution of the best game plan. On with change is a change in a champion or item changes how the whole game is played, and only the best will exploit the most effective method for success. That's it.